Mr. Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Eddie. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you for speaking with me once again. You are currently 12-2 on your mixed martial arts journey, currently riding a 3-fight winning streak, heading into UFC on ESPN1 in Phoenix, Arizona, to take on UFC veteran Nik Lentz. How are things?
Things are good, man. Just finishing up. We had our last hard wrestling day today. So finished up strong, weight's all good, feeling good, just tired of camp, man. I'm at the point where you're just mad, and you're mad at the other guy and you want to take it out on him. So I'm glad it's over now. I'm just ready to get to the fight and enjoy the process and get after this dude.
Now, the last time we saw you in the octagon, you put on quite a performance against Alan Patrick, who, is no slouch by any means. This was UFC 229 last year. And, you looked really composed out there. Your striking was sharp. You dropped Patrick with a cross in the third round, found full mount, and put him unconscious with some really brutal elbows. How'd you feel out there? You seem to be firing on all cylinders. Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah, I felt great, man. I made some changes last training camp, and they paid off for me big time in the fight. So, I've carried that over and tried to replicate that training camp as much as possible, and done a pretty good job with it, man. So, definitely firing on all cylinders now. So, I got a late start in the sport, so I think I'm just starting to catch up, and my skill set and everything, it's all coming together, and figuring out how to, work these training camps and not overwork and all that. So I'm excited for this one, man. It's a big fight. Obviously he's been around forever. Everybody knows him. So that's the kind of guys I'm looking for, and I want to get up there with the top echelon of guys. I've never really said I just want to have a couple fights in the show and then head to the barbecue. So
right.
I'm here to win, man.
Well, how did it feel scoring your first UFC knockout? You put him out completely cold.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. For me, I was just determined to get a finish because it's been a while since I've had a finish. So I was going to finish him one way or another. I was working on a choke kind of right before I landed the elbows. But to get a knockout on arguably, well, not arguably, the biggest card of the year and biggest pay-per-view ever. I wasn't on the pay-per-view, but, there were a lot of eyeballs there, so to go out and do that was special for me. But in this game, you're only as good as your last fight. So it doesn't matter how well I did last fight. I got to come out and perform again this fight. So
very true. Now, you told Joe Rogan in your post-fight interview that you thought you broke both of your hands. Did you actually break your hands, and how are they doing now?
I broke my left hand. I had a little break back near the wrist on one of the bones, and then my right hand just ended up being I irritated the knuckle capsule. All my knuckles on my right hand were purple, and then my left hand looked like a lunchbox. So
wow.
My right hand started healing up pretty quickly, but it took me probably 2 months before I could punch with my right hand, and obviously I had a cast for a little while on my left hand. So it just got to the point in the fight where I didn't want to throw either hand, and and if you can feel it with the adrenaline going, then it should be pretty bad. So I may have diagnosed it a little soon, but whatever. It's all part of the show.
Right, absolutely. Now you're heading up the road to Phoenix, Arizona. UFC on ESPN1, February 17th. You're taking on the Carney Nik Lentz. The dude has been around forever. He really likes to grind on his opponents. Has a pretty nice guillotine, and he even won his last fight by head kick, believe it or not.
Yeah.
What's this fight going to look like?
Well, I think it's going to look like the other Nik Lentz fights. He's really in love with his striking now, so if he wants to do that the whole time, that'll be better for me. Obviously, I don't mind to strike. So, whatever he wants to do will be fine. I'm definitely counting on him shooting shooting in or using his favorite takedowns to try and get it to the floor. So he kind of comes forward, I come forward, so we're going to end up grabbing each other once in a while. So it'll be a typical Nik Lentz fight, but that's a fight I'm prepared for. So.
Now, you train at the MMA Lab, John Crouch, and everybody there. I saw you posted on your Instagram a picture with Benson Henderson and the Korean Zombie. I think the caption was something about you could probably sell tickets to your sparring sessions or something like that. What are the benefits of having such elite training partners to get you prepared?
Well, it's a realistic look. You got guys that have been there. Are battle tested. They're not just sparring partners. They're not there to make you look good. They're not there to just help you. Those guys are still competing, and when they come in, they're coming to win too. So, Benson has obviously helped me every camp, but he's a similar grinding style to Nik Lentz. So, and he can kind of fight out of both stances and does everything pretty well. So it's been a good look. And then the Korean Zombie, those are always fun rounds. So, he likes to throw down. And that day in particular, me and Benson and the Korean Zombie put on a show. So I would have much rather been able to sit ringside and have some popcorn and watch than be involved in it. But there were some badass rounds.
Yeah. How long was the Zombie training at the lab for?
He was here for maybe a month and a half.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So you got some quality time.
Yeah. We got plenty of time. He's an awesome dude. Everybody really loves having him around the gym. He's, he doesn't speak much English. He knows a little more than he leads on, but, he's a good guy. Fighting is a universal language, so he'll get in there and train. He'll grapple. He'll wrestle. He's awesome to have around the gym. Everybody loves him, and he's thinking about doing some camps here in the States. So I think the lab would be his home if he does.
Another one of your training partners, Henry Corrales, just came up with a crazy knockout of Aaron Pico. What'd you think of Corrales' knockout?
It was incredible, man. I'm always so inspired by Henry, and that's another guy where he's really well loved in the gym. Everybody enjoys Henry. I think everybody who meets Henry worked really hard this camp, and obviously our camps kind of butted up against each other. So it was fun to see him work and, to watch how hard he worked, and, he deserved that victory. So, and we all know how tough Henry is too. So he's an absolute savage. So when he did that, it didn't surprise us really.
Yeah. You think he should get a title shot after a win like that?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I think when he fought Pitbull the first time, it was like a week notice or something.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a testament to him as a person and a fighter. He's a dog, man. Like, he was willing to take some of those fights on a week notice and things like that. And now he's kind of training for real, and he's been at it at the lab for a while. So he's a brand new fighter, and it'd be a different story if they fight again.
Well, now back to Nik Lentz. You said you think he's going to shoot in on you. How do you think it's going to end for him? I mean, do you think this fight's going to go the distance, or do you think it's going to finish somewhere along the line?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, he's a tough guy. He hasn't been knocked out. He's been in there 100 times or something. So, I mean, I'm not, I'm going to take my time. I'm not out there to knock him out in the first minute. I don't have to knock him out. I'm take my time, stay composed, just deal with his pressure. I don't necessarily think he's going to shoot in, he doesn't shoot a ton, but I'm not ruling it out. I'm ready for it. He's, there's going to come a time where he gets desperate and wants to come forward or wants to push me to the fence or get it to the floor. So, that's just him. He'll go back to his roots eventually. So, I'm just prepared for everything, but I'm not, I'm going to keep touching him just like I did Patrick, and eventually it'll wear on.
Now, a win would make it 4 straight dubs for you at 155 pounds. You said you want the upper echelons now. Are you gunning for that top 15?
Yeah, for sure. I wanted top 15, top 20. I don't know where Lentz is ranked. He may be around there. He was up for title eliminator at 45 at one point. So, we're both kind of right there. So I'll definitely want a top 15 after this. I couldn't really get it this time. I still needed one more guy. And he was right around there and available. So that was who we got. So we'll deal with him and then see what happens after that.
Now, I see your hat says sauce. Is that as in hot sauce? Is that your own hat there?
Oh, yeah. This is custom branded Bill's sauce hat, man. This is one of one made.
Okay, awesome.
Orange. Yep.
I dig it. Well, you got any sponsors or any other people that are helping you out that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Brandon Bills always takes care of me. Turp House, I just picked up Turp House CBD oil, so I've been enjoying that. Taking that's helping me with inflammation and all that stuff that everybody's going crazy over. So, shout out to them, man. MMA Lab, Gym O in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Shield Systems, all my gyms, PFS Fitness. So that's about it, man. Just ready. Everybody tune in ESPN. I'm going to kick off the ESPN card. Lentz and I will open it up with a bang. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, how stoked are you to be on ESPN? It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Not any different, though. Still the same camera crew, same camera, all that. So it'll be business as usual.
Now, when you were playing hockey, did you ever think you'd make it to ESPN? And did you think it would be cage fighting?
No, not at all. I don't even think cage fighting was around, really, when I was playing hockey. I don't know. But I definitely, to be on ESPN is pretty cool. So
yeah, definitely a big deal. Well, how can people follow you on your journey? What are your social media outlets, your handles, platforms, all that?
Yeah, so social media is at Hot Sauce Holtzy, and then on Instagram and Twitter, and then Facebook, Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman.
Awesome. Well, Mr. Holtzman, thank you so much for taking out the time once again. Nik Lentz is on your dinner plate. UFC on ESPN1, February 17th. Have fun out there.
All right. Thanks a lot, Eddie. Good to talk to you, man.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you soon.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.